powerful words are hard to follow, but I would just say, my office, which has a great team that helps with some of the groups, particularly the faith-based groups in Eastern Connecticut that have worked to get folks here. And I've visited and met some of those folks in Mansfield and up in Enfield, and you're absolutely right. That's right, in Yukon and actually Lyme and Norwich, and so it's really quite impressive, what's going on the grassroots in this part of the state. Yes, sir.
First, thank you so much for your resistance to the destructive initiatives of the Trump administration. I expect that you're aware of the letter published in last Monday's New York Times, signed by 37 mental health professionals, stating that what they described as Donald Trump's grave emotional instability poses a threat to the United States. I am horrified at the prospect of seeing Mr. Trump replaced by a theocratic homophobe. And the list of hate mongers, plutocrats, criminals, and subversives in line for the presidency is truly appalling. But we have to start somewhere. What can people do to persuade the Vice President and the Cabinet to begin to consider replacement of the President under the 25th Amendment? Thank you.
So you're not alone in terms of asking that question to our office, and as you point out, there is a pretty explicit group of individuals under the 25th Amendment that would need to activate that provision. All I can say is, the energy that is out there right now is, I think, really made a difference. Number one, I really could tick off some of the examples, and there's still people that are very, frustrated and anxious about the fact that still a lot of other things are moving forward, like we just heard from the last speaker. There's many initiatives that are going on right now in terms of investigating a lot of the issues that people are very concerned about in terms of the new administration, whether it's influence in the by Russia in the last election, again, non-transparency in terms of financial backgrounds. And certainly I've done what I can in my office to support the efforts of the Ways and Means Committee to get the President's tax returns disclosed. As well as, again, trying to engage some of the processes. Some of you know Congressman Nadler from New York has a letter to the Justice Department to, again, disclose to the House of Representatives what investigations and data the Justice Department is holding. And that is actually, there's going to be a hearing next week on that. So, again, all I can say is you just got to keep up the drumbeat externally to make sure that, again, the checks and balances that were designed in the Constitution function the way they were supposed to. Thank you.
I'm Christine Patty from Coventry, and Joe, I'm mostly here to say, right on, bro. Keep doing what you're doing. But I want to encourage you to keep doing it in a cool, calm, and collected manner. Many of us on the left are having a hard time getting past sputtering with anger and sarcasm at what's coming out of the White House, but that's really a waste of energy. So I would say to you, put your effort into stopping him when you can, getting around him if you have to, and cooperate in those very limited areas like infrastructure where we have common interests. I'm a Quaker, so we're not going to agree on nuclear submarines, but I do support the funding for safe maintenance of the equipment we have. My nephew is a career submariner. He needs that safe maintenance. I'm sure we can all agree that funding is much better spent on maintaining our roads and bridges rather than bringing back the Cold War weapons race with its mutually assured destruction. I'm also a retired health economist, And I love your command of those figures. You are on top of it, and that is great. Back in the 70s, when I was getting my doctorate at Yale, we all thought that single-payer universal coverage, aka Medicare for all, was the way to go. Medicare. 4% administrative costs. Private insurance companies, 16 to 20% administrative costs. Another key difference, the government funds research into better care practices and maintains oversight of health and safety records of healthcare providers. The main way for insurance companies, with their focus on individual premiums, to make money is by denying care to expensive cases like pre-existing conditions, mental health services, and drug and alcohol rehabilitation. Joe, you keep fighting. We are behind you.
So, just a real quick footnote to your comments, and we'll keep going here because I know the lines are growing. But so this morning I was down at the West Haven VA facility with my unbelievably outstanding military and Veterans Affairs staff person, Manny Meneses, who's here. And we had a great meeting there. They just opened up a new women's health center for a lot of the women vets that are here, and they've got everything from OBGYN, you name it, and it's really impressive. They're also building out a new facility for behavioral health and psych beds that will be in the facility there. And one thing that I was happy to support was the President's nomination of Peter Shulkin to be the Secretary of the VA, who actually has a lot of Yale and Connecticut roots. And he actually was a transition figure from the last administration, and his nomination succeeded 99-1. But the fact is that, there still is a partial hiring freeze in the VA, which is outrageous in terms of, we funded all of these positions which were part of the waiting list scandal in this country. And although clinical staff was exempted from the freeze, a lot of the people that sort of make the place go in a large health institution are still frozen, as well as the research staff at the VA. And you know that the VA actually does some of the finest research for traumatic injuries, for post-traumatic stress, and that's a battle that we got to keep pushing, is to get those positions filled, and that's a good use of taxpayer monies to make sure that people who serve this country get the care that they earned. So thank you.